Hello traders, welcome to my YouTube channel Akamilo Forex. In today's video, I'm here to teach you how you can identify a high probability entry. Using these steps, I'll be giving you step by step on how you can identify a high probability entrance. So stay connected to the end of this video. And if you are new to this channel, please click on the subscribe button and also click on the notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I drop a new video. Use this type of entering as your entering model 1. There are more entering models that I'll be sharing in this channel. And also check in the description box, you'll find our traders chat room community. Click the link and join our traders chat room community on Telegram. All right, so without wasting much time, let's begin. Looking at this structure on the screen, in looking at this structure, we have price was in an uptrend before changing to the downtrend. With this, when price was in an uptrend, price keep on forming a higher highs and higher lows, which basically we all know that if price is moving to an upside, it forms a higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and higher low. So anytime any higher low is violated, that means that price is to what? Is to either change to the direction or is to sweep a liquidity before continuing the upside. As you can see at this particular point, price has violated this particular high low and then sweep a liquidity beneath here before pushing to the upside. All right, so this is how we need to be looking on the chart. All right, this is how we need to be looking and identifying where will be a probability that price will sweep out to liquidity or price will be changing to a different direction. All right, so now when price give us this particular high here, all right, price give us a low and then push the bar to break this structure, and that is why we have a boss here, or a BOX. You can also call it boss or a break of market structure. All right, so when price break this structure, what happened? It creates a new high. So when price creates a new high, it gives us another pullback to and also break this structure. That forms another one, a new break of structure. So wherever price breaks up to, that means that price is going to the direction that it breaks to. That is telling us that, so if price breaks to the upside, that means that price will be moving to the upside. All right, so in this case, when price breaks here and give us our new break of structure, what happens? Price move down and violated this particular low, right? Violated this particular higher low, and hence create a new leg, create a leg here. And this particular leg that we are seeing here is what we call an inducement leg. All right, that's an inducement leg. If you don't know what an inducement is, check in the description. I have a full recorded video teaching how you can identify your valid inducement legs. How you can identify inducement. Watch that video and come and continue this. All right, so when price give this inducement leg, what happened is sweep out liquidity to the downside and then move to the upside. That causes another new break of structure. That causes a new break of structure. All right, so it's the same thing repeat itself at this particular point. All right, price comes here after breaking this structure, price move back, give us another low that forms an inducement leg, and price comes and sweep that particular low here before pushing to an upside. So this particular leg is an inducement leg. All right, this particular leg we are seeing in here is an inducement leg. All right, so when price creates this inducement leg, what happened next? Price then found a level here, a level of supply. So price found a level of supply, tap into the supply level and move down and give us a structure, a new structure here. There are traders that will be marking here as their inducement. All right, but here is not an inducement. Alright, why won't it be an inducement? Is because this particular move doesn't break this structure. Alright, this particular move doesn't break a structure. Okay, so if this move break this structure, then we will have marked here as our inducement leg and be anticipating to take a position beneath here. Alright, so when price tap into the supply zone, it give us this it creates this particular low. So when it break this particular low here, then price has now changed from the up move to the down move. So that's why you can see here we have a chalk here. Chalk simple means a change of character. All right, that's a change of character, and change of character, it's an information given to traders for them to know, or a signals that price will be changing from a particular direction to a new direction. So hence, when price breaks here, give us this change of character, then we'll now be anticipating for sell moves. All right, so when price did that, we wait to see an inducement. Always take your trade after an inducement has been swept or a liquidity sweep before you take the move. All right, if you don't know where the liquidity is, you will be used as a liquidity. All right, so now let's now talk about the entrance. We just talked about the structure. Now let's see the entrance. All right, so we are starting from this uptrend. So anytime, this is the first step for you. This is the step number one. Identify your current market structure. All right, so if you are taking here, our current market structure in this case was a bullish move. All right, our current market structure was a bullish move. So now first we identify your current market structure, that is the direction of your current price. All right, and secondly, you mark your current break of structure. All right, so in this case we have this break of structure here, and then when we mark this break of structure price, we didn't have any. We'll use this leg as our inducement, assuming we have something like this. All right, so use here as our inducement. So price give us this particular move and create a low. So that give us this new break of structure. So hence this is our current break of structure. So if you identify your current break of structure, your next step is to identify your inducement leg. All right, so now if price give us this throwback and then to move, this particular low here is our inducement leg. So now we have identified your inducement leg. After identifying your inducement leg, you now identify your supply or demand zone based on the direction of the trend. So if price is moving to an upside, you should be identifying your demand zones. All right, your demand zones. And then if price is moving to a downside, you should be identifying your supply zones. All right, so in this case, after you identify your inducement leg, you have your demand zone here. All right, you have your demand zone here. That is, you'll find an order block at this particular place, and then you mark your demand zone. So you now wait for price to come down, move and tap into your demand zone, and then price will then clear this inducement leg. All right, but many traders always use this level. Traders always use this particular leg here to take their entrance. Hence, they will be used as a liquidity. So when they will be anticipating price to come and tap in here and move to the upside, but they will be using as a liquidity. So you will now wait. After you find your demand zone here, you wait for this inducement to be grabbed. So if this inducement swept or liquidity sweep, then you take your positions at the down here, and that's your first entering model. So you need to take this is a high probability entering model. Then you keep on repeating the same step. All right, you keep on repeating the same step. So when price breaks, move to the upside, it gives us a new break of structure, and our structure is still bullish. All right, our structure is still bullish, so it gives us a new break of structure, and that's our current break of structure. So when price break this structure, it pulls back. All right, that forms this inducement leg again. So it gives us this low and this low forms an inducement leg. So we'll be anticipating to find any order block around here, or we can have an extreme order block here, all right, before we take our positions. All right, so when you find your demand zone, you'll be waiting for price to come and tap into the demand zone, clear the liquidity beneath this particular low before what pushing to the upside. All right, so that is how you should be taking your entrance. All right, this is how you should be taking your entrance, and this entry is a high probability entrance. All right, so when price moves to the upside, what happened? It tap into a supply zone. When price tap into a supply zone, it moves down, create this particular leg. This leg is not it's not an inducement. All right, so it's not an inducement. You can mark this as your inducement leg. You wait for price to break. So when price break this structure, all right, when price break this structure, it gives us a choke. That is change of character. Hence, there is an information or a signal that price will be changing from an uptrend to a downtrend. All right, so after you identify your choke, you wait for price to create an inducement leg. All right, so when price create this inducement leg, you map here as your inducement leg. So when you map here as your inducement leg, so this time around you'll be finding a supply zone. All right, you'll be finding a supply zone. So if you find your supply zone, you identify your order block around here, you'll be waiting for price to come and tap into the supply zone before you take your entrance to the downside. So this is a high probability entering model. So make use of this. So we'll be going into the live market to identify how to see how we can identify this on chart. All right, to see how we can identify this on chart. So now this is our live market, and this is a pound USD 1 minute time frame. All right, so this particular entry model, you can take this same entrance in any time frame, either being 1 minute time frame, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, daily or monthly. All right, you can make use of this entering model. All right, so first of all, we'll be identifying our current market direction. All right, first our current market direction, that's our steps. So the market direction we are taking this particular structure here, so our market direction here is an uptrend. All right, so an uptrend, after you identify your uptrend, now you will be identifying your break of what structure. So if you identify here as your break of structure, if price give you the break of structure, you now identify your current pullback to find your inducement leg. So now there is our inducement leg. If you map this inducement leg, you should be marking here as your point of interest, because this is your demand level. As you can see, when price goes up, it finally comes back and tap into the demand zone before moving to an upside. All right, before moving to an upside. So always wait to get your liquidity sweeps, or to find your inducement leg being taken before you take a position. All right, so if you map here as your entrance level, so now when price give us this pullback, what happened? Price breaks this structure. This is now an inner structure. All right, so price break this inner structure, and when price break this inner structure, our first pullback was this particular leg. All right, we have our first pullback here. All right, so since you have your first pullback, now you'll be waiting for this particular leg, and this first pullback is your inducement leg. All right, that is your inducement leg. So you'll be waiting for price to take this inducement leg and tap into your demand zone. So now we'll mark this order block. All right, we'll mark this order block here, and this order block tends to be our point of interest, and that is a valid or a high probability point of interest. All right, So if you identify here as your point of interest, you now be taking your buy positions in there. So if you enter this particular place, you enter your stop loss will just be beneath what, beneath the low, and then you anticipate a buy. So when price move up, all right, price comes and what, and take and hit your what, your take profit. All right, so that is how you'll be entering your positions. So let's continue. So when price breaks this structure and then respect this particular level, and then clear this inducement. Now price has moved up. When price move up, what happened? It breaks this structure again. So when price break this structure, our first pullback was what, was this particular leg. All right, we have when price breaks here, it give us this pullback. All right, so when price give us this pullback and break here, so this particular leg will now be our inducement leg. All right, so since you identify your inducement leg, you now find your demand zone beneath that particular leg. All right, so now we find our inducement leg here. All right, you find your inducement leg here, and then you take another buy position. All right, so you enter, you put your entrance at that demand level, that order block. You put your entrance there, and then you'll be targeting here for this will be your stop loss target, and then your take profit should just be this one, the recent high. All right, you see, so you have what, you hit your what, your take profit, and you are out of the market. All right, so looking at this, now you'll be waiting to find another move. So always wait for price to clear your inducement line or sweep out liquidity before you take a trade. Always wait for price to clear your inducement leg or sweep out liquidity before you take a trade. If price didn't sweep out a liquidity and then you take a position, you will be used as what, as liquidity, and hence you'll be manipulated out of the market. All right, so guys, what I want from you is that I want you to click on the subscribe button if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, and also give me your thumbs up. Please give me your thumbs up so that this video can get to many traders. All right, this video can get to many traders. So guys, this is your guy Akamilo Forex, logging out.